Okay guys, so I've gone through and I've updated the database for Squadron 42. I've also added another feature that was stopping me from doing the video earlier today. So let's just jump into it. Let's talk about Squadron 42, what has changed, what has moved, because this is a little bit. A few things have been put back, and where they're up to with Squadron 42, because obviously this is the important thing. Squadron 42 needs to be out next year, because if they keep delaying it, it's going to look bad for CIG. So let's jump into it. As you can see here, Quadrant 1, Squadron 42 is technically complete. We'll get to that in a sec. But obviously they've made some progress with the DNA face customization, gaining an extra 6%, being 100% done. FBI collision avoidance got an extra 33%. New flight model got 15%. New atmospheric flight model got 40% value. Vehicle HUD gained a 9% value. System heat gained 23%. The Pyro multi-tool, which I'm really interested in checking out, got 53%. The missile launcher got 51%, and the project manager, the projectile manager, got 50%. Now, if you're looking at this, you think it's 100% done, which is not entirely accurate. So you may notice that this looks quite small. That looks really small compared to, for example, Squadron 42 Season Quarter 2. There's a lot more in that. That's because about 5 things have been moved out of this because they weren't ready. And this is what most people are not going to realize, which is why I do the database. But, so let's go through and, oops, wrong button. Let's go through and let's actually have a look at, I'm getting lost in my own database. Let's have a look exactly at what was missing or what has been missed. So, 5th of the 4th, 2019, because I'm in Australia. And the patch is, we'll just do Squadron 42 Star, which should bring up everything. No? Okay. Right. Let's try that again. So, if I write it in the right section, I was wondering why it wasn't working. 2019 dot, and let's just look up everything that is Squadron 42 Star. No, not that part, just that part. Right. Here it is here. Okay, so this is all the stuff that's been moved for Squadron 42, eventually. There was 7 things that were moved. For example, the ballast armor advocacy was moved from Quarter 1 to Quarter 2. Now, they had started on this. They had done 4 out of 11. But, yeah, it was moved into Quarter 2. Also, the gunner has also been moved from Quarter 1 to Quarter 2 as well. They had also started on this. They had 6 out of 11 done, but they just didn't get it done, so I presume they've moved it for that obvious reason. Ally Spline Pass version 2. Now this implements all the functions associated with getting AI ships to follow spline paths using the new flight model. They had done some of this, only around 15%, or 17%. But obviously they had to expand it quite a amount. It went from 6 tasks to 13. So obviously they've put it back because there's just no way they were going to get that done. The FPS stealth version 2. It had done 43%. They hadn't made any progress on that. But they have moved that from Quarter 1 to Quarter 2 as well. Player carryables version 2. That has been moved from Quarter 1 to Quarter 2 in Squadron 42. It was 69%. They have done 85% of it now, so they have made some progress on it, but it still wasn't going to be ready, so they've just put it back to Quarter 2. Player free look was not complete either. They had done 38%. They've now done 44%, so they've made some progress. But they have put it back to quarter 2 instead of quarter 1 because it wasn't going to be ready. And the last one, which is the 7th out of 7th, which is the organic shader, has been moved from quarter 1 to quarter 2. They had done 75%. They haven't made any progress on it just yet. But it is looking in pretty good shape out of 9 out of 12. So I'm not too worried about them not getting it done for quarter 2. But obviously this does put a bit of extra pressure on CIG, because now obviously if you go back and you look at quarter 2, they now have 34 tasks to get completed instead of the 9 or so they had from quarter 1. So they're a little bit under the pump, but they have obviously made some progress in quarter 2. So let's check that out. So quarter 2, sorry, I can actually just do it from the screen. So for quarter 2, obviously the major improvements, obviously Flight Standard Pilot got 27% extra value. So that's obviously made some progress. They've also made some progress on the FPS cover version 1, or usage of cover version 1. They've gained 25% from 0 up to 25, so that's cool. Spline path, like I said, that's grown by 8%. Player jump had jumped, pun intended, up to 35% extra completed. So that's sitting around the 65% mark at the moment. FPS close combat, it was sitting at 0. It is now up to 45%. So that's quite a jump as well. Player free look had obviously jumped up by, increased by 6, as I said. Player characterables, like I said, 14% improvement, which is obviously good. Ship AI and 3D pathfinding, like I said, had gained 17% from 0 up to 17. So they made some progress on that as well. At the moment, quarter 2 is sitting at around 29%. I don't know if they're going to get it all done, but obviously, and yeah, some things might be moved back to quarter 3. As for quarter 3, there has been some progress made as well, but there's not a lot of tasks in this. There's not as much as in quarter 2. So you might find some of quarter 2 goes into quarter 3. But at the moment, the Vandal combat behavior is up 3%. The walk and talk is up 28%. FPS combat weapon types is up 22%. The Asus Javelin has up 2%. And the Mission Logic version 2 is up 5%. Now, for quarter 4, they've also done some things on the FPS Combat Behaviors version 2, which is up 7%. Core AI Improvements, which is up 8%. RSI Bangle, which is up 9%. They've also done some on the Vandal Void at 3%. They've done some Closed Sim version 2 is obviously up 13%. And Gus Cloud VFX improvements is up 13%. Apart from that, that is all that is for that. So look, at the end of the day, that's the sort of the wrap up. That's where they're at with, obviously, with CIG. Look, obviously, it's a little bit disappointing they didn't get everything done for quarter 1. Obviously for Squadron 42. Yeah, look, obviously it's the first 3 months back. Yeah, they had a lot of stuff to do with the PU, with obviously the flight model and stuff like that. I think that's put them behind. So at the end of the day, it's kind of be expected to do that. Hopefully they can go through and they can get a lot of the quarter 2 done. And hopefully there won't be much that goes back into quarter 3. Some of quarter 2 is already done, like the fuel mechanics and the weapon effects has already been completed. So that's a good start. So yeah, we'll just have to obviously keep an eye on it and see how they go. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are about these breakdowns. What are your thoughts on them not being able to meet the deadline on quarter 1 for Squadron 42? Do you think it was okay because of the fact they had so much to do with the PU and obviously ARCorp and stuff like that? Or do you think at the end of the day it was a little bit disappointing? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below and why. Apart from that, guys, obviously I'll see you in the next demonetized video. Apart from that, enjoy yourselves, have a great night, and I'll see you in the verse.